Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new video. So as you can see, we got a new 55-inch TV to go into the garage. If you guys have been following along on the entire garage journey, I have been completely renovating this entire space. If you guys are familiar with what it used to look like, this is a massive, massive change, and it's shaping up to be better than I honestly even imagined. But in my pursuit to make this as best as possible, I am always looking around the garage thinking what I can possibly do to make it better. If you guys saw my recent video of doing the new Husky cabinet array, you guys saw that I was kind of in a little bit of a predicament of what I was gonna do up here. So initially my plan was not even to get new cabinets. It was simply just to reuse what I already had. But I ended up purchasing more of the Husky array. I had this cabinet and the toolbox, and I ended up getting another large cabinet, uppers, and I got this as well. So I kind of hodgepodge and connected a little bit of a cabinet array from Husky over here, and it worked out really well. I'm really enjoying it. I think it looks great, and it works well with the garage. But the problem that I was running into was I was initially thinking of putting the TV in the middle, but I started thinking about it more and more, and I realized it just didn't make as much sense as I originally thought. Now, if you notice, this is the back end of the garage, and in an ideal world, I would have cabinets going across the whole entire back space. But as you can see, we can't do that because we have the door here that allows access in and out of the house. And also there's stairs there and everything, and we wouldn't be able to function in this garage whatsoever. My wife does park here, so it just wouldn't work. So what I ended up doing was cutting off the cabinet array here, and then I put the TV right in the center of the garage. So no matter where you are at in the garage, you can look directly in the center and view whatever it is that you have on the TV. Now, I was thinking about putting the TV in the middle and flanking the upper cabinets on either side, but the angle and the view would just be really awkward. You would have to look this way in order to see what's on the TV and everything, and I feel like it just flows a little bit better in this kind of arrangement. If you do notice, I took the heater off the wall. I don't know if I'm going to mount it up on the wall anymore. I may just leave it there in the winter time and then just put it away during the summer, but I have it there for now. It's off the wall. I think it's a little bit cleaner. I don't necessarily have to have that mounted, but I patched up the holes and we're good there. I also moved my sub over to here under the freezer, which is working really well. I have one RCA cable going over to the actual speakers, and then it's plugged in over here in that outlet. So it's really clean. I like it much better. It used to be sitting right here, so now we got a little bit extra space and it fits perfectly in that little area. I'm gonna finish this off by boxing it out with some plywood and everything. It's gonna look much nicer, but that is just temporary. I was just seeing how it was gonna work, and it works really well, fits under there perfectly, and it sounds pretty decent. So I'm over here listening. The actual sub and the bass is coming this way, so I'm hearing it more as opposed to it shooting out this way. So great idea. My buddy actually thought of that, and he's like, hey, why don't you put that there? And I was like, let me try it. Ended up working out great. So now that I settled on the cabinet array and kind of the design and where I wanted it, I started looking at the TV, and I was like, you know what? This thing is just too small. It's a 32-inch Samsung. I've had this thing for like 15 or 20 years. It's honestly great for what it is. It was a super cheap TV back then. I've used it for so many years, and I just kind of repurposed it to get a TV out here, to get a display, just to have something to view when I'm out here and, you know, watching YouTube or football or whatever. And it was really nice. But again, it was one of those things I just had, so I decided to use it. But we're at the point with this garage where we upgraded everything, and now it's time to upgrade the TV. So I ended up choosing the 55-inch 4K LED Insignia. Now, don't get me wrong. I wasn't going after the best of the best. This is a garage. I'm not going to be viewing movies out here or anything spectacular. Like I said, it's for football. I'm viewing YouTube videos once in a while. To be honest, I don't use the TV as much, but when I am out here, sometimes I do like to throw something on. And so I didn't want to go too crazy with it. So I ended up finding this at Best Buy. It's around 250, 260 bucks or so. So really, really cheap for a 55-inch. It's nice and thin. It's not going to be the best picture in the world, but it is going to be better than the 32-inch LED I have up here. So I figured, why not? And let's see how it is. So I picked it up today, and we're going to mount it up on here. The great thing is the bracket that I do have on the wall is going to work with this one. So all I got to do is transfer over the bracket on the back of that TV, put it on the new one, mount it up, and we're good to go. And the main reason why I wanted to get the TV, not because I wanted something bigger and I need it, it's because I really wanted to fill out this wall even more. It's gonna finish things off, I feel like. It's gonna make it look much bigger, the whole entire array in a way. So it's gonna really fill out that space and just honestly look way, way better. I'm gonna end up hiding all the lines and everything, so you're not gonna see all that. So I think it's gonna be a really cool improvement. So let's go ahead, let's unbox this, let's get this set up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, so the TV is ready to go. I am getting ready to mount up the brackets for the back of the TV. This is the mount I use. I really like it since it's nice and flat against the wall. It doesn't stick out, it doesn't do any weird, pull-outs or anything like that, and it's like 10 feet off the wall. I hate that. Something really simple. All it has is a few hooks, so you can adjust different heights and everything of where you want it, which is nice to be able to position it right where I want it. I believe it's 28 inches high. So it's going to fit pretty well there. But let me go ahead, let's get the brackets on, and I'm gonna mount them as evenly as I possibly can. Gonna mount them up most likely like this, so the bracket is being hidden behind the TV. I'm probably gonna use some washers behind there for extra security, and then we can go ahead and throw it on the wall and then kind of wire everything up. Not that it's a lot of wiring, but get everything, I guess, plugged in and kind of set up. So let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll throw it on the wall. All right, guys, so we got the TV up on the wall and it looks so much better. It truly fills out this space way, way better. So I haven't really centered it or anything yet. I just kind of threw it up there. But man, oh man, that was the decision. That was definitely what I should have done. It fills everything out, fills up a lot of that wall, and it just looks way, way better. And the great thing is, as I mentioned, it's directly in the center of the garage. So when I'm walking in or washing a car or what have you, everything is right in the middle and I don't have to look to the side or anywhere else. It's right in the middle. So let me go ahead, let me play around with it, turn it on, everything, get everything connected, and then I'll show you, I guess, what it looks like and what I think. Well, here's a turn of events. Literally turned it on for the first time and I got lines. So fantastic. I guess that's what I get for buying a cheap TV. But no worries, I'm gonna head back actually to Best Buy tomorrow, exchange it for a new one. More of a hassle and an inconvenience than anything, but I mean, what can you do? It's 250 bucks. But yeah, all right, I'm gonna get this off the wall, get it, the brackets off and everything, pack it back up in the box over here, and then I'll jump back on this tomorrow with the new one. All right, guys, following day, and as you can see, we got something different. Now, I was simply just going to go and actually just exchange it, get the exact same one, but the more I thought about it, I realized I bought a TV. Granted, it was 250 bucks. I turned it on literally for the first time and I had issues with it. But I thought maybe, hey, this may happen with the new one. This may happen in a month, My experience with the Insignia right out of the bat or right out of the box was not very good. Granted, like I mentioned, it was fairly cheap for a 55 inch. I still expected it to at least work. So I was like, you know what? Let me go and look for something maybe a little bit better. I don't want to spend too much or anything, but maybe I'll go with a brand that I'm a little bit more familiar with. So LG, I'm a fan of LG. I have a lot of LGs in the house, and I've gotten a lot of LGs over my time, and I've always been happy with them. So I decided to spend a little bit more. This one ended up being about $380, so it was about $120, $130 more than the other one, which I honestly is not that bad considering this is a bit better TV. This is actually UHD instead of just HD, which is ultra high def. But again, I'm not looking for the best of the best. I'm not gaming. I'm not watching movies in here. This is simply just to have some background noise, background picture, YouTube videos, football, that kind of stuff when I'm out here. I'm not sitting down and watching a full movie. It's just for, have something on in the background. So I decided to pick this one up. I think this one's a little bit better overall. It also has a much thinner frame, so it's gonna look a lot cleaner on the wall. This model is the 55UQ75, the UHD AI ThinQ, and has a lot of great reviews and everything. So, all right, let me go ahead, unbox this one. Let's hope this fares better than the Insignia that we tried putting on the wall last night. And let's see how this is. So I'm gonna get it all set up on the wall over here, just like I had the other one, and I'll let you know what I think. All right, so as you can see, this one turned on right away. That is good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of get this set up and see what it needs. But so far the picture looks superior compared to the Insignia. The 1.3 seconds that I had when it first turned on the Insignia, I saw a picture for literally like a second before it started doing the lines. I was like, the picture's okay, but I can tell right away this picture immediately is way better, way more clear, and yeah, I'm happy I ended up doing this. So all right, let me go ahead and get everything set up, and then I guess I can walk you through it a little bit and show you what it looks like. All right, guys, so I got everything set up, and I gotta say this was a blessing in disguise. This TV is far superior over the Insignia. I mean, just the overall picture is just way better. Also, I'm really happy that you get an actual full remote. The other one was like a Alexa or a Fire Stick remote, had no buttons and anything. It was kind of a pain in the butt. This is 100% way better. Obviously, I got my videos up. I just wanted to show you guys, but the really nice part about it, oh, a little loud. We're watching the ads. But the really nice part about it is this is a full frame. So once you see when the actual video comes on, it's going to actually pretty much be the entire TV. So there's barely any frame, which is really nice. I never had such a thin frame TV, so this is pretty cool. Picture looks fantastic. I haven't really adjusted anything. This is just kind of out of the box settings. But I have them hooked up to my edifiers. These speakers, absolutely love them. And I got it hooked up to my Polk 12-inch sub over there, which is pretty cool setup. This entire setup, the TV was $380. These speakers, I think, were like $200 at the time. Same thing for the sub. So all in all, this setup is about, just under $800. So not too bad for the garage. I mean, I had the speakers and sub. I got them a couple years ago. But I mean, if you wanted to outfit your garage in this exact same setup, you're looking at $800 as opposed to thousands and thousands. I'm really happy with everything. These are also Bluetooth speakers, so I, use them with my actual phone for music and all that stuff. But again, I mean, look how much better this looks than the little tiny 32-inch. This thing is way better. I got it centered in the wall. I was gonna put it all the way to the cabinets, but it looked better with the actual TV centered here. The wires, I'm going to clean that up. You're not going to be able to see them. They're going to be really kind of hidden. I have some extra wire hider over there that I'm going to clean that up with and make it look really nice. But man, oh man, I'm so much happier with this setup. I'm happy that the Insignia ended up not working out. This just looks fantastic. All right, guys, so I got some things cleaned up, and I'm really happy with the overall result. Again, I'm super thrilled that the Insignia didn't work out and we ended up getting the LG. It just looks so much better. And overall, I just like how the picture is pretty much the entire screen. There's barely any frame. I did throw up some quick wire hider that I had laying around. This is a short piece. I do have a longer one, but I'm not sure about it. It's just temporary there. It's just literally, it's not even on the wall. It's just hanging there for now. So I'm trying to see if I like it or not. I may try to think of another kind of solution to make that a little bit cleaner. Obviously, I would love to put it into the wall and down so you can't see it at all, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna go that route yet. I just wanted to see if I would do something simpler like that, and if I would be happy. But I don't know, I'm gonna leave it like that for now. It's not permanent, it's just literally hanging there. Now the next thing that we gotta do is get the tabletop in. It is ordered, so it's gonna take a little bit. And once that is in, this whole entire look is gonna change drastically, and I think it's gonna look way cleaner. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that coming in. It's a much darker stain. It's gonna be like a brownish, so it's gonna go really well with the black, and obviously in here, and adds some nice little contrast and just look really clean. And yeah, I'm just so thrilled with how this entire garage is turning out. So on this wall, I did put up a little cover for the open circuit box that was there. It was just open and it looked kind of ugly, so I ended up picking up a little cover for it. I couldn't find gray. White was the next best option. That is paintable, so I may paint it to match the gray, same color as the walls. But what I want to do in this wall is actually get 3 pictures of my car, vertical pictures. So I would like to get the F80, the STI, and possibly my E46 M3 or my WRX. I don't know, probably my E46 M3. But one of those pictures would end up covering all of that because I want to get them pretty big and going down that wall, and just kind of put something on there because it's pretty plain overall. And I think it would look really clean, and obviously hide all of that. But I at least wanted to get a cover on there and get it cleaned up so it's not just open and just kind of weird cut sheetrock around there. So temporary, but it works. And it just looks way better. The main thing that I want to get done, or I'm waiting on, is the tabletop for the workbench. That's really going to kind of finish things off and just really kind of take this whole entire space to the next level. And I do need to box out this little area as well, clean that up. Obviously I need to get this stuff out of here. I've said this like every video, but fridge is getting out of there. We're getting a new fridge for inside the house. The jacks, I'm gonna find a clean place to put them. I never like just leaving them on the side. Probably gonna put the older one in a shed or up in the attic or something. I don't use that one as much. The blue one, the Daytona one, I may try to find a way to store it inside the cabinet on the lower shelf, and you know, just kind of store it away so it's not in the way. So this will all be cleaned up. Ladder I'm probably gonna store in a shed and everything. So this entire side right here is gonna be completely empty for my wife, so she has plenty of room for the kids and everything. And yeah, so next step is kind of getting this cleaned up and away. And then we obviously got to put a bunch of stuff up in the attic. Obviously you won't see all that, but we got to do all that. So we got a bunch of organizing to do. But overall, this space, the garage, I'm just, again, so thrilled with how everything's turning out. The M3 looks amazing in here. It's funny how the color scheme on the M3 matches the garage. I guess I got a thing for grays and blacks, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. I will leave a link below for the exact TV that I got if you're interested. I'll also leave a link below for the speakers and the sub that I have. So if you want this entire setup, you can just click on the links below, use them, and you can get this exact setup in your garage or your home, whichever. Both works. This is great for in garage or in your house. It's a very, very nice setup. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, be sure to ask them below. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple. I'll catch you guys in the next one.